I got lucky. I just caught an eye on that arrowhead falling through my sifter. I thought this was gonna be small enough, but these little small points, it made it right through. Luckily, I caught that one. Kind of like a bird point, maybe. No breakage on it. I barely did see the tail end of that thing falling through. Hit with all these clam shells, periwinkle shells, and I got a bone showing. And I think it's an awl because it looks like it's been filed down on the tip like that right there. Clean it up like a sewing needle awl. I think that's what that is. I don't know what natural bone goes into a fine point like that. And awl is like I said, like a sewing needle for piercing leather, deer skin, and making holes for buttons and beads and whatnot. I guarantee you that's what that is. This one's got an interesting tip to it on the nose. That's almost like a little puncture, awl type needle, I think. I have to clean it off to see some napping marks right here a little bit better. We got another good looking point. There we go. Looks like a flake. It's almost got that same nose like that earlier point does. There's a word for that. Donahue or something like that. I got a buddy told me about it. We'll clean this one off, but it's got the exact same style to it. Another beat up woodland point. I didn't film it digging it out, but we got a smoker in the citrus calling it quits. Me and Boone over here. I don't think this thing's got any brakes on it whatsoever. Look at that tip shining. Yeah, the base all looks there. This is gonna be a killer point right here. Oh yeah, let's go wash this off. Really gotta start bringing my toothbrush and water bottle with me. Oh yeah, it's coming to life. Dang. Check out the color on that thing. And the tip. That is a perfect tip for not to be broke like that. That almost looks like this corner's not actually broke. It's like they might have broke it napping and just left it rounded on that one side. Well, that almost looks more of a basil notch than it does a corner notch. I don't know what to call that point. Yeah, that material on that tip still being intact wild, even with that shovel, to not be broke. That's a needle tip. Like that, we found a Donahue. I found a Donahue earlier, if that's what you call that other one. Man, that's a unique point for sure. Blue color, clear tip. He is very carefully napping that for it to not break. That's a killer find there. See that clear line of shells, periwinkle shell? That'd have been a surface level at whatever time period that was. They've been eating turtle shells, everything else, but this might have potential to be something right here. Maybe some kind of hammer stone. I hit it with a shovel right there. Made a ding on it. Come on, don't be broke. Certainly some kind of polishing stone. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Some kind of polishing or grindstones, what that is. That's the top part. See how worn it is on the bottom? See that groove right there? Somewhere the hand would have went somehow. Maybe like that. Yeah, that's a cool find. It's dimpled up a little bit, but once I wash it off, you'll see all this beat up side, and I see how perfectly smooth that is. That'd have been the top side. I had to figure, I bet it went like that. Like her thumb would have went in that little groove. Probably a smaller woman's hand. Guaranteed. We're on about the third or fourth day. I've been using the sifter a lot more than picking by hand. There's more broken up points. I think we finally got one that ain't in too bad of a shape, so I'd figure I'd film it. The tip might be gone. Looks like an archaic point. I got me a bucket of water ready. We'll wash it off. I think it's shadow box worthy. It's like a convex base on it, maybe. It's a little beat up. Something big and flat showing underneath these periwinkle shells. See it here? Looks like it's made of slate. It might be something, might not, but it being that flat, I'm just gonna start recording it. I got it loose, whatever it may be. It's kind of like a hand chopping knife, perhaps. Let's knock his mud off. It's weird to find a big random piece of slate like that. I don't see nothing obvious really. Maybe right there. No. It could be something. Right below my piece of slate here, we might have a heck of a point showing. If that's what that is right there, that looks like it could be a tip. Oh yeah, good point. Might be beat up on this side. Shoot, I'll take that. Was that a side notch point? Yep. You got a little chip on the left. That could be something right here too beside it. Still got some weight behind. Oh, there it goes. Get some pottery with it. There it goes. We're warming up on this hole. I got a couple shadow box worthy points going in. We're wrapping up the dig today. I'm laid out all my good stuff and bad stuff. That's the low quality stuff, making my way to the better points and cleaning them up. But in the meantime, Sarah found something over here. We graded the road again. After that rain last night, I figured some stuff would come up. What'd you get? Stem point. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's beat up, but it's a nice stem point. So we graded the road right here some more. She found one in the wash. I like the color on it. We'll go wash it off. We washed hers off. Sarah's, here, you hold it. I like the grain on it, and that blue grain in the middle. I think you can see where the bulldozer chipped it on that one side. Flip it over. It's an old archaic point. Yeah, right there's that chip from the dozer. You got the best looking grain out of all of them. These are all of our beat up janky points right here. Found a bunch of pottery, mainly woodland points and big pottery shards. This is pretty funny looking, pretty fugly point right here. Maybe a beginner style. I thought it was pretty cool. That would have been a large stone point right there without the break. Periwinkle shells they'd been eating out of. I thought that was cool. They oh, that turtle shell. I made them some turtle soup. So that's what they'd have been eating in that midden right there. That's probably a possum jawbone, I'd guess. That had me fooled for a second. I thought that was another gorget based off its shape. It's got a little dimple right there. I don't know if that could have been anything or not, but it's a white chalky material. I don't know what that material is called. Some purple looking slate. When I find these random pieces of slate in that hole, usually them long skinny pieces. I don't know if that's like a hand chop tool or what. I don't really see no work around the edges much. But it is weird when I find those mixed in with it. My buddy taught me something on this one. That tip, that's called like a Donahoe or Donahoe tip. Like a needle tip's what we call it. I don't know what the significance of it being on there was, but he showed me a page out of his book. I got to get that book from him sometime. Some nice corner. Look at the ears on that point there. That was a really nice eared point. A bone awl, I was pretty excited to find that. That's the second one I've got. An awl, an AWL, that's like a sewing needle pretty much. Took a deer antler, filed it down smooth. Been like a sewing needle, puncture the leather with or whatever else they needed to thread something with. And these are better points. I think these two's the top two. This is like an Eva point, I think, an Ava. What you call that? I think that's 5000 BC. Really nice barbed on the end right there. There's like an old break on this corner. But the thinness of that point and the tip still being there is why I think that's the best one out of the whole lot. Yeah, look at them nap marks coming up with that ridge line. That is a slick point there. Corner notch here, probably a Kurt corner or something. It's translucent with a sun. It's got some nice translucent to it with that sun hitting through it. Like a tip they reworked on the base on right there. Another similar point, side notch, corner notch. We got a pretty big haul out of this hole. Yeah, hand me that tool over there. And we got this. This was that big round stone. I got it cleaned off. You can see it worked all the way around the edges. Just used and used. Some kind of polishing stone. Heavily used on the bottom. See the discoloration? That's the original rock color right here, this purplish. Used a little bit on top. I'm gonna guess the hand would have went like that with the thumb right there. You can feel a dimple there, that big dimple. It would have been like that, used as a tool, a hand polishing stone. Put your right hand on it. Yours is smaller than mine. That's what I was, kind of funny how small it was. Can you hold it like that, kind of rub it? Or does it still feel too small for your hand? Small. Right, so I don't know if it, maybe it was a young kid used it, but I think they had them grooves in it. See, there's a groove right there too. And that, they'd have held it a certain way. I'm just guessing they held it like that. That's the way it kind of fits. Most of them do fit like a glove. You see all that discoloration around the edge. That's a cool hand tool. That's probably my second favorite thing out of the whole, besides the awl. But that was a great haul we had. Oh yeah, and I found my first money, a nickel, 1964. Wish I'd hit something rare. But about to rake this dirt back in. See him next time on Below the Banks.